Hey guys, make sure you watch this video to the end, and I've got a lot of tips to save you guys a lot of money, a lot of hassle, pain and a lot of stress. Stay tuned and watch it to the end. Hello, welcome back, it's me again. Thank you for watching my video. Today I'm going to be talking about researching a vehicle before you bid, before you buy any car, even if it's from Copart, HPC, anywhere, eBay, what research you need to do. So in this video you will see me talking about parts, your value of the vehicle and many other things. With my tips, you need to do the research for these vehicles. It'll help you make a decision on the vehicle that you may want to buy or bid on. So let's get into it. So when I look at a car, the first thing I always do is I always look at the information. Why information on the car? It is crucial to do your research. So from the information, the research I usually do is I get this registration number here and I grab it after I've looked at everything else here, engine start program, front end, all of this information here, minimum bid. So if it's a minimum bid, what I do, I'd look at, it's in Sandy, so I'd call up Sandy Copart, and first thing I'd ask is the car come directly from the insurance? If it's come from the insurance, I'd go ahead. If it's coming from a private seller, I usually leave that alone. I'm going to talk about that in a different episode, but for now I'm just going to tell you what information I really look for. So the information here, it tells you it's a 1.47 speed auto. This £8,700, I don't usually go off that. That's what the insurance have paid out for the vehicle, but I go on my own evaluation, which I go and do through eBay. So after I've checked out all of this information, what I do, I take this registration number here and I go into Google and I go and put in free HPI check. So if I go into this one here, for example, there's loads that you could go into. I just want a bit of information about the vehicle, so I copy it, I paste it in there, and then I'll try to get as much free information as I can about the car. So the MOT is expired, it's due, the mileage, it shows green, so it's like you could tell the vehicle's not been messed around with the mileage odometer, and just a bit more information. These ones obviously you need to pay for them, but if you scroll usually to the bottom, it gives you more information about the vehicle, black, 1.4, and then it's got some good information here. So with the tax, if I look at that, tax £20 a year, so that's very good to know. Sometimes you could get a car and it might be, £400, so you want to check all of this sort of information. COT emissions B, so that's why it's £20, and then it's got the mileage history of it, so it's giving you all the MOT history here as well. So 35,000, then 4752, so that's going in order. Another way to check this is you just go into Google and you put in MOT history check, so you could get a bit more comprehensive check of the MOT. So we go in there, I paste it, and it comes up. Obviously we know the MOT is expired, but we go down and it's the same there, 35,000, 47, 52. So when I know that's fine, I carry on digging for a bit more information. So after that, what I will do, I'd call up Audi. I'd call Audi head office and I'll ask them for how many services this vehicle had at Audi. So judging by it, I could tell it's had a few, but if not, I just want to be sure how many it's had. So if it's got more, if it's been looked after at Audi, somebody's looked after this vehicle, so that's a plus. If it's not got so many service dumps, it's going to judge how much I'm going to try to bid for this vehicle. Now, most crucially, what you really need to do is do your research. When you look at this sort of car, you can't just look at it and dream about how much it's going to be. You need to research these parts, what you see. I see it requires a door, it needs a bottom panel here, it needs a curtain airbag, driver's seat airbag, and they're the parts I see, and I gotta get my pen and paper, and I'd write all of these part numbers, parts I need down, and then from there I'd go into eBay and I'd go and see how much a door is. So a door's 180 quid, 152. They range in between 150 and prices like that. You need to know if it's a 5-door or 3-door. Then I could go in and put Audi A3 8V curtain airbag. So it's £95. So once I've added up all my parts, how much the parts looking, now I got to put a price in for how much the labour is going to be for somebody to pull that sachet, pull that, and how much the labour is going to be to do all of that. All of these airbags inside the vehicle. The dashboard one ain't gone off, the driver's one ain't gone off, it's just that curtain one that looks like a bit of labour for somebody to take off the whole interior roof. So I got to take all of that into consideration, because everything does cost, nothing comes for free. So after I've done all of that, what I would do is I'd total it all up. I'd need to know the location of where it is exactly. From that, I need to see how many miles, how much my recovery driver is going to charge me, or I go into a site and see what the best price is for recovery. After that, I'll total it all up and I'll go to this estimate here, 8,700. I got to take into consideration it's an automatic gearbox, so it may be a bit more than the normal one that's seen there. I got to take into consideration it's Cat N as well, so it's going to be a bit, about say 5 to 10% cheaper than a normal one. So if I go into eBay, you could go into eBay, you could go into Auto Trader. I just go into eBay because I feel this one sells a bit more. So if I go in to cars, Audi A3 cars, if I go petrol, if I go in and put the model automatic, I go in, let's say 2013, 14. Okay, so Audi A3 2013 automatic. As you can see, there's one here for 11,000. Let's go to cheapest, lowest price. So there's one here for about 8,000. There's one here for about 9,000, 10,000. So if I've totaled up all my parts now and my labour I've taken into consideration, for example, this is just a rough estimate. Say I need the parts, they cost me about 400 quid, and then I gotta think about, say, to have that painted and repaired, I'm gonna just put a price of about say £800, so £1,200. Say another £300 miscellaneous, well that's £1,500, £200 for the recovery, 1,700. So now that's at 3,050. So I would know what my maximum bid would be, how much I should go, or is it worth me even going for that vehicle if it goes for too much. If it goes for too much, what's the point? I'd rather go and buy one straight, you know, or something with a bit less repair than that. So you need to be very smart. You need to make sure you gain all the information about the vehicle. Like, when you call Audi, you need to find out what sort of work is being done on that vehicle. Try to dig a little bit deeper. You know, ask the question: has the cam belt been, or the timing chain been swapped? Or they'll give you the information. Okay, it's been at Audi Doncaster. So what you do, you'd go into Google, you put in Audi Doncaster, give them that registration number, and ask them what sort of work's been carried out. And what do you call it, if you do in this vehicle and you go down and it's not got a service book, you know it's been serviced at Audi Doncaster. You could buy a service book that's a duplicate, and you could send it to Audi Doncaster and they will stamp it up for you. So when you go to sell it, you could show somebody it's been serviced, it's got a record of service at Audi. So this is a very crucial part of anything you go to buy from any salvage market industry anywhere, Motor Hog, HPC Copart, you need to get as much information as possible. When you call Sandy, you need to ask them what additional information you got on your system. Work them a little. That's what they're there for. You need to work them a little. Ask them the question: has it got another key? Has a logbook come in? What insurance companies come from? Just whatever you could think of that you need, what information you could get out of them, just ask them. They're not going to bite your head off if it's a no. You know, you could ask them a different question. It's not the end of the world, but you really need to do your research. I hope I brought you some inside tips into buying a salvage vehicle. Please use my tips before buying or bidding. Research as much as possible, getting as much information as possible. When you do your research and you get a car that's worth it, you will see you'll be in for a winner and you'll make money back. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Stay tuned for some more tips.